Got something deep. Around all these old rocks.
Under the corner of the house. That's kind of cool. Need some help?
I don't think it's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out.
I'm standing in the wrong place, probably.
You got too much sweat equity involved for it not to come out. It's coming out. Watch out, Mr. Turtle. I don't think he'll take off and run.
Oh, he is. He is,
Oh,
he is, he is. Oh, he's just running into where to hide.
That's okay.
Another fly point.
Oh, under the corner of the house. How cool is that? Under the corner of some part of the house. Anyway, another plow point. Wow. Too much roofing up here in the house place, but I think Uncle Marty's right. I think there was 2 or 3 houses right here. Roofing, roofing, roofing. I'm done digging.
Nails.
Get on tailgate. Looks like we've been working.
It's been about an hour and a half since we found the baby deer. And it's still here. We're going to leave it alone again, and Mom will come back and find it eventually. She'll call to it, and it'll come to her.
Digging right here by the old well. Thank goodness it's filled in a little bit. Of course, if it wasn't, I think I found something fairly unique. World's smallest horseshoe? No, I'm kidding. Don't yell at me. But I do think it had a chain hooked in it right there. Look how worn it is. That sucker's as big as my finger and almost worn completely in two. You don't think they knew how to work back in the day? Recovering artifacts together. I don't know. Bouncy, bouncy. Probably rocks. Probably big iron, but I think there's multiple targets in there. And it says, dig it, don't dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it, don't dig it. So, being that I've still got a little bit of energy, I'm gonna dig it. Ooh. Why didn't that come out? I got something. More strapping off a wagon or something. Well, got that little piece of brass out of this hole and swung back over it. Is there something else in there? We gotta be responsible and get all the trash out of here. As one of my favorite YouTubers like to say, washer excitement. I won't do that again a lot, y'all. I know that's y'all's phrase, but washer excitement.
What you got, Uncle Marty?
Not sure. It's still in there.
Yep. Is that it?
Used to be a piece off a wood stove.
Yep. Good deal.
Look at the fish bait.
I know. I see the fish bait. We got worms galore.
I don't need poison either.
It's right there on the ground. Oh, you're gonna dig. Ah,
Half of a hinge.
yep. Well, this begs a question or two. What you got? You got a good signal? In the road?
It's about a 28.
Huh.
Check it and see. Piece of wire.
What you got?
Ready to chew.
Do we hear it?
I hear something.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Very.
Horseshoe.
What a small one. Another horseshoe will be good. Wow.
Second one of these today.
Wow. We're going to dig up this whole area before we cover it up.
Piece of metal.
Yep. Made for something specific.
Marty, tell me what that is.
Close.
End of a knife.
Relic has
I
bleeding.
think it was a. Got a briar. It's little.
Top of a cigarette lighter.
Top of a cigarette lighter now,
Bottom.
or the bottom of a cigarette lighter.
Possible.
It's
End
brass.
of a knife.
Oh, wait a minute. There's maybe more to it than we think. It's got some fancy deco right there. Look at there.
Let's see.
Once again, it was a oblong case, almost like a compact, but it wasn't. It just opened on one end.
All right, you gonna dig it?
Oh yeah. New place. I hit something big. Close enough on it? Oh, cool. What's that?
Strap.
Bam.
Piece of strapping.
Decided we had dug enough iron roofing at the old house. About 40 yards from the foundation, 50 yards. That, guys, is a very, very good 46, 47 signal. The legend says, dig that. That might not be roofing way out here in the woods. Got her out on the first shovelful. I see something round. Is it a bullet? Don't be a bullet. Be a lipstick case. Don't be a bullet, and don't be a... I don't know what I have here.
Piece of tubing.
Some sort of fitting on it. I guess it's just copper tubing and fittings. But as you can imagine, that's a very good signal. I don't know. Something with a button at the end of it. I've looked at all the signals today, and none of them have had a button at the end of them. This was a 35, 38. But it was deep, so I'm gonna take deep right now. But it was bouncy too. Now it's gone, but it was so deep that it was struggling with it, but it was there, so we're gonna find it even if we got to go to our knees. Keep down there. Think it was that nail? I hope it wasn't that nail. Hold on. All right, we got another old square nail. Old. Uh-oh, what am I holding? Okay. I'm holding a piece of lead, I think. But is it work lead? What kind of lead is it? It's white like lead. I think it was a circle at one time. In my world, I'd like for it to be some sort of bell seal. But so far, till we get it cleaned up a little more, it's just a square piece of lead. Another very good signal. We're not digging near as much down here away from the house. Maybe there'll be a little bit better quality. Oops. Hope I didn't. I might have chopped the mason jar lid in half. Because it is exactly that kind of signal, or it's a coin or a button, because it is a really good signal. Mason jars are good signals, though. So let's see if that's what it was. Deep.
A lot of deep stuff here.
Deep and maybe not that big. That hole, I can't see without my glasses on. And my readers and my sunglasses are fogged up, so I'll tell y'all in a minute what hole this is. What hole is this?
489.
489. So we're closing in 61 holes today for me.
63.
63? Yes, that other math. I used the wrong math. Just for a second. What do I have? I got something cool.
Wow. An
I got
iron?
something cool.
Wow.
I wanted it to be iron, but it's not. It's a stove handle.
Wow.
Very cool. Off old pot, I guess. I don't know. Clean it up a little bit on that tree. Definitely an old handle off a big old pot. How cool is that? Reliving history. One relic at a time. I dug the old pot handle lid thingy, and Uncle Marty dug a very, I'm gonna say, part of an old stove. It's got an interesting shape, and it's got some cool sort of waviness to it. Anyway, do you imagine the people that lived here cooking out of this stuff maybe 200 years ago, 150 years ago? Using these old hoes, growing stuff, wagons. They didn't have gasoline. They might have had a little kerosene for lighting their house, but they didn't know what gasoline was because there wasn't any back then. Reliving history, 2 relics at a time. All right, we came out here a little ways from the house and we said we wasn't gonna dig iron, and here I am with my breeches and shirts being pulled off again. I just noticed this old, probably an old fence post cut off right there and fence post high. There's probably a fence post in the ground at one time.
Yep.
More big iron. But you know what? Every little button started out of there's a piece of big iron at some factory somewhere. So, maybe if we dig enough big iron here, we'll get down to the little bitty button. I think I got it out. Dang, almost looked like I knew what I was doing. Oh, 490 something. Ah.
Yeah.
You got your baby horseshoe, Marty. Got about 60% of it anyway. Bouncy 35, 45. Maybe it's the other part of the stove door. All right. Well, I picked a rock up and I said, that's interesting, but the target's down here. That little square nail is not the target, so I'm gonna go back and look some more. Y'all wanna know a secret? I saw the end of my glove right there and I said, that's round, that's cool. And it was a cool little pinky finger glove. That right there is either jar lid or roofing material. Blah. Come on. There you is. What is you? Ah. Well, didn't find no buttons today. We may have found a very cool old, I'm gonna say copper spoon handle, but I swear it almost looks pewter. Don't know if it's pewter. I don't know if we're dealing with stuff that old. Look how it's crumbling on the edge. That's what pewter does. Comes apart like that. If I got a pewter spoon handle, I got something pretty cool. People living here 200 years ago, if that's pewter.
Uncle Marty, what you got, Uncle Marty?
Top of a railroad spike.
Top of a railroad spike? Here, let me see it. Okay. Cool.
8 foot away, I got the bottom half of it.
Ah, how about that? There you go.
Probably means repurposing, you know what I mean? Correct.
Very cool.
I've got something.
Oh,
Ha-ha.
what is that?
That's a pedal.
Ah,
No way.
yes.
A pedal got designs on it. Look
Yeah.
how pretty.
Get the toothbrush out.
I can't get to my toothbrush. By golly. Wait a minute now. It's a pedal step, or be like a pedal to a sewing machine, would it?
No, it's still on the ladder.
Yeah. Oh, that is beautiful, y'all. Look at that. What you going to for the other one? You think it's matching steps in that hole? I don't blame you. That is beautiful, y'all.
Look at the stars. It says something on the bottom there? No, or is it just
I
design?
don't know. We'll check it out at the truck, but that is
A new one.
a step or a pedal.
It's screwed up to it.
Yeah, could be a sewing machine pedal. Seriously. Can't imagine a step to a wagon being that fancy, but that's some fancy stuff, y'all.
The carriage step.
Carriage step?
Uncle Marty says there's something else in here where he found that decorative step just now, or pedal, or whatever it was.
know I'd love to have some of this black dirt in my garden. About 2 dump truck loads of it.
Oh my goodness, what is that?
Gear.
Yeah, my pouch will.
Big old gear. No idea. Old. Alright, I came over here to tell Bambi bye. I'm going to tell a little story about Bambi. I think Bambi's going to grow up to be a 12-point buck and live to be 12 years old, because he's going to go to his mama and say, Mama, please don't let me around them people no more ever again. I don't want to do that. That scared me, and I'm going to be nocturnal for the rest of my life. Bambi, signing off. Wait, I got to dig his signal, Bambi. I'm going to dig up a gold coin right here with Bambi in the background. That gold coin may look like a piece of stove door or a bean pot, but I'm going to dig it up, by golly, and there it is. Uh-oh. Got a hole in it, and it's got a little character to it. What we got right there, Bambi? Oh, something, something, something.
A thing.
A thing. I think it's probably some sort of stove part. Oh, look, got a little fancy on there, Bambi. I like the Bambi look. There's some little fancy on there, isn't there? Cute. Something, something. We are headed back to the truck. Uncle Marty said he's done. The only reason I'm beeping here is because Bob says we're at Muddy Bob. Now he's Muddy Bob. Says we're at $4.99. We're gonna dig hole number 500 on the adventure, and that is how many today? 74 for me.
Something else in there. Ah, there it goes.
Last hole of the day. We had that little flat piece. Got our last old probably wagon part. Woo, I'm tired. Woo. Good afternoon, everybody. Relic Rat here. We just dug, I know I dug 74 holes, so if Marty dug 74 holes, we're gonna call it 150 holes in about three and a half hours. And oh my gosh, I don't think we found the Kuta Matata, but we found a bunch of cool stuff. Found a step possibly off of a sewing machine. Somebody knows more about what that is, they can let us know. We think this is the damper off a stove. It says body EXC on it, but we think that's the stove damper. Had a thing and slid back and forth in the slot. Found a wedge, possibly the end of a cane or a knife or something. Big knife tang off the end of a knife, but it was open, but it was that shape. So spoon bowl, several head stamps. I think we might have a pewter spoon handle. It is delaminating like pewter, and if it's pewter, pretty sure that means it's old. But anyway, old cool spoon handle, square nails, very cool old bluish milk glass. Don't know that I've ever seen one that color. Some other pieces of pottery. She's pretty, cute stuff. I don't know what all we found. Horseshoes, multiple square nails. Here's a hinge. There was another hinge here somewhere, multiple hinges. There's another hinge. Old stove. If that's the top off the stove, oh my gosh, I don't know if that's the top, the sides. Found 2 or 3 pieces of plow. Let's see. There's an old piece of a saw. It's either serrated. That's a hand saw. Old wooden handle on the end. I don't think it'd cut much anymore. Multiple files. Put those in our file drawer. All of those are some type of file. They're beveled on one side. Old gear off something. Don't know what that is. It feels almost like a lock plate. Would have bolted to something. We need to clean that up maybe and look. See if the lock slide's still on it. Chunk of metal, hose. Gosh, my glasses are falling down. Columbus, Georgia. Knee-high bottle. Cool. Might have a patent number on the bottom. Some sort of something Marty found. I don't know what that is. That is old and heavy and fluted. Cool old piece of something.
There's markings on this.
Is there markings on that? Ah, very nice. Oh, wow. We thought we had junk, Rhonda. Look at the design on there. It's either design or it's very intricate wrench marks. But it looks like a design. I don't know. Because we need stuff with designs on it, we're going to say that's a design on a piece of copper from something. Ah, what else, Marty?
Head stamps.
Head stamps. A lot of y'all don't know it, but dating these often will help you. Oh my gosh, my buckle. Since I've never found a shoe buckle, I really, really want this to be a shoe buckle, but I'm pretty sure it's horse tack. But it's shaped like a shoe buckle, so I think I might think about it as a shoe buckle for a couple more days. Shotgun stamps. Let's see, there was something I just saw. Oh, odd piece of lead. You never did see this, Marty, but this was that right there was a lead cylinder at some point. It's bendable. It's definitely lead, and it was small on one side and big on the other. Piece of lead, another piece of stove. Gosh, it just went on and on, kind of. First thing I dug right there, wasn't it? Anyway, very cool old stuff. Can you imagine the people that opened this jar last living here? Probably 150 years ago, 150 years ago. Cool old stuff. Relic R.A.T. Recovering artifacts together.